Drake and Kendrick Lamar have been the talk of the hip-hop world for weeks now. What started as subtle shots has turned into a full-on war of words, bars, and behind-the-scenes power plays. But now, things just got a lot more serious. According to DJ Akademiks, one of the most plugged-in voices in the rap industry, Universal Music Group is throwing its full support behind Drake to help him break Kendrick Lamar's recent run, and they're doing it with a bold move. A new song called Luther, rumored to be a direct response to Kendrick's track Euphoria. Even wilder, Akademiks claims the track was recorded using a Nokia phone. Yeah, you read that right. A Nokia. The kind of phone we used to play Snake on. If this sounds like something out of a movie, that's because it almost is. Let's unpack how we got here, why this matters, and what it could mean for the future of the Drake vs. Kendrick saga. This beef isn't just about bars anymore. It's about dominance, legacy, and who really runs the culture. Drake, long seen as the commercial king of hip-hop, is now up against Kendrick Lamar, an artist praised for his lyrical depth and artistic credibility. Kendrick's Euphoria hit the internet like a tidal wave, a track filled with layered metaphors and surgical precision that left fans, critics, and even fellow rappers stunned. He didn't just take shots, he aimed for the throne. Drake didn't sit back quietly, but instead of rushing a response, he's been strategizing. And according to Akademiks, that strategy now includes a full-blown push from UMG, Drake's label. The stakes are high, and UMG knows it. Kendrick's Euphoria put real pressure on Drake's legacy. If Drake wants to stay on top, he has to deliver a response that not only matches but surpasses Kendrick's fire. That's where Luther comes in. The name alone is a statement. Kendrick referenced Martin Luther King Jr. in Euphoria, suggesting he sees himself as a voice of revolution, a leader in the culture. If Drake is titling his response Luther, he's not just clapping back, he's challenging Kendrick's position as the voice of truth and leadership in hip-hop. It's layered, symbolic, and definitely personal. But why Nokia? This is where things get really interesting. Akademiks says Drake recorded the entire song on a Nokia phone. While that might sound crazy at first, it actually plays perfectly into Drake's style of psychological warfare. Using a Nokia as a flex, it says, I don't need $1 million studio to body you. I can do it with a phone that hasn't been relevant in over a decade. It's disrespectful. It's clever. And if the song hits hard, it's going to be one of the coldest moves in diss track history. Akademiks didn't stop there. He claimed that UMG is treating this like a mission. They're fully behind Drake on this one, offering marketing power, streaming support, and insider leverage to make sure Luther shakes the culture. This isn't just a diss track, it's a carefully calculated strike, backed by one of the biggest music machines in the world. Why would UMG do this? Because the Drake vs. Kendrick battle is more than just a rap beef. It's a battle for dominance in the industry. Kendrick is independent now, working through PG Lang and other platforms. Drake is still signed to UMG, and if Kendrick wins this war, it could shift the power balance in the industry. Labels don't like losing power, so they're stepping in to protect their biggest investment. UMG knows that Kendrick's rise could inspire more artists to go independent, take control of their music, and walk away from label deals. That's a nightmare for the old-school label model. So this isn't just about Drake's pride, it's about UMG's future. Now let's talk about impact. Drake has always been a master of moments. From back-to-back to duppy freestyle, he knows how to turn beef into headlines. If Luther is anything close to what Akademiks is hyping, it could become an instant classic in the diss track Hall of Fame. And if it really was recorded on a Nokia, that's going to be one of the most talked about details in hip-hop history. The internet is already buzzing. Fans are split. Some think Drake's move is genius, others think it's desperate. But everyone is paying attention, and that's the point. In the rap game, attention is currency. And right now, Drake is cashing in. Meanwhile, Kendrick is quiet. That's what makes him dangerous. He doesn't talk much. He lets the music speak. And Euphoria spoke volumes. If Drake's Luther doesn't hit the mark, it could backfire. People love underdogs, and Kendrick is positioned as the one fighting against the industry machine. But Drake knows this. He's not going into this blind. That's why the Nokia angle is so clever. It gives him the underdog angle, even while backed by the biggest label in the world. It's like he's saying, yeah, I have the machine, but I don't need it. And that brings us to the real genius of this move. Drake is playing both sides of the chessboard. He's using UMG's power to distribute and promote the track, while using the lo-fi Nokia recording to make it feel raw and authentic. It's calculated, it's layered, and it's exactly the kind of move that defines Drake's career. He's always been a hybrid, part rapper, part pop star, part businessman. He understands optics, and he knows how to control the narrative. But Kendrick isn't an easy opponent. He doesn't care about clout. He doesn't care about streams. He cares about the art, and he's willing to let the music do the talking. That's what makes this battle so fascinating. It's not just two rappers trading bars, it's two ideologies clashing. One represents the machine, the marketing, the strategy. The other represents independence, raw talent, and artistic integrity. And fans are being pulled in both directions. Drake wants to prove he's still the king. Kendrick wants to prove he never left. And now, with Luther coming into the mix, the next chapter of this saga is about to begin. Akademiks says the track could drop any day now. If it does, expect the internet to stop. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everyone's going to be locked in, waiting to hear what Drake has to say. And more importantly, waiting to see how Kendrick responds. This isn't just entertainment. This is history. Hip-hop hasn't seen a battle this intense since Nas and Jay-Z. And with social media, streaming platforms, and real-time fan reactions, it's bigger than ever. One thing's for sure, Drake isn't going down without a fight. And with UMG behind him, he's bringing everything he's got. Luther might just be the shot that shakes the game. But Kendrick, he's always watching, always listening. And if there's one thing we know about him, it's that he never lets disrespect slide. If Drake's track crosses the line, Kendrick will answer. And when he does, it's going to be nuclear. So buckle up. This is more than just music. This is war. And we're all watching it unfold in real time.